Peace. I'm Jacey, a hippie from the 1960s. I'm 16, but most of the hippies' ages range between 15 to 25 years old, men and women. Me and a couple other hippies live on a farm or an open plain called a commune. We share possessions, cars, and even help pay the bills. Every year, me and my buddies go to a 3-day rock and roll concert called the Woodstock Festival. It's a nice place for a bunch of hippies to gather together. The hippie movement started in California during the Summer of Love and moved across the United States, into Canada, and across the United Kingdom. Most hippies, including me, do not feel like we should be sending our army men to Vietnam and Asia to go and fight the war. That's how the whole movement really started. Hippies didn't feel like we should be sending our men and our money over to the war, and the war didn't even affect us. And us hippies, we didn't always get the respect we deserved. Like, we're made to use the back door, and sometimes our cars were represented by other cars in movies, such as the movie Cars. The top one is a real heavy car, and the bottom one is a cartoon car from Cars. And some people were agreed with us, like they wanted to end the war, but they did not want to be part of the protest. And others did not want to end the war. They feel like we should stop the war before it comes over to us. And they didn't, they really disliked hippies. We would lead protests for hours, holding big signs that say, peace, love, happiness. We could camp out for weeks, for hours, even weeks at times. We would lead marches through the city, and at the front of the march, we would have big signs saying to end the war in Vietnam. Sometimes we would have we would do weird protests where we would make weird shapes for their bodies. Like, can I have a volunteer to try and make an H with their body? Really? How would you do that?
You volunteer? You would watch? Come on up, Riley. Good.
And you look like a kid. Oh no! What do you look like?
Good job.
A lot of hippies were tie-dye, like me, while they were leading their protests. It really showed their love for color, and it's like you can wear whatever you want. You can wear whatever color you want. They felt like it was freedom from uniforms and other things. Hippies love to play games, so I made a game called Hippie Life. I volunteer. I only volunteer. You would have a person, one of these people. I'm going to stay there. Like, yeah, I'm gonna pick this one. So I would put her at the start, and then I roll a dice. I don't have a dice. So let's just pretend I got a 2. I'll go 1, 2. And it says, you lost your minivan keys. Move back 1 space. So I move back 1 space. And all the obstacles on my board show all the obstacles that a hippie really could have in their life. And there were some good obstacles and some bad. Like, for example, you could get stuck at a protest for hours. Or you go to jail. Or get pepper sprayed. But there are some good things, like finding 2 free tickets to Woodstock, or a police officer not seeing you. But there are some weird things that hippies could do, like getting a long hair stuck in blow dryers. And when you finish, it's not really the finish of your life. It's the finish of a hippie's life. Because a lot of hippies went on to be great people. Like some hippies became managers of a big company or other people. So the finish isn't the finish of your life. It's the finish of your hippie life. I'm so sorry. I gotta go. It's my turn to do the dishes at the commune. But I'm sure my fellow buddies would love to see their faces on all these game pieces.
All right, questions for Jacey.
Are they still hippie commune somewhere? Where are they?
There are still hippie commune, but they don't lead protests anymore.
Where are they?
I've got no idea. Why did you pick hippies? Because I was going to do 70s clothing, but the only thing I could find on 70s clothing was tie-dye, and it would say a lot of stuff about hippies. So I realized there was a lot of information on hippies.
Hey, what do you think would happen if a hippie did go in the front door?
What?
It says the hippies use that door.
Did they get
No, except they would just go into the back door. And go
No, what happens if they go in the front door?
I'm going to throw them out.
Where'd you do community?
Other questions? No other questions on the topic? Jacey, why do you think, so you were telling us that the tie-dye, which kind of came about back then, was to show freedom and to be colorful, and it kind of explained personality. Do you think that that's why tie-dye, why people who wear tie-dye today wear it? Do you think there's a connection there?
I think it's not that much about freedom anymore. I think it's just a love for different colors.
Okay, let's move into compliments and questions.
I like animals. Yeah.
I like how you did the peace sign in the background on your trifold.
Thank you.
Joya?
I like how you did your hair gets stuck in a blow dryer. Well, it does happen.
Mackenzie, I like the thing.
Thank you.
Never mind. I was gonna say what is it called, but I don't know.
If you like.
Any other compliments or feedback? Jacey, I thought you nailed the creative format. Creative format we talked about in class is really hard to add to presentations depending upon your topic, and it would have been disappointing had you had this great topic and not did what you did for creative format. But what I thought was really great was you didn't just wear the clothes, but you acted as the hippie through the presentation, and that just really enhanced it because it helped us to kind of understand what it meant. When Jacey was doing her research, this is a tough topic to research because if you just type in hippies, you're going to get some information that's good, you're going to get some information that might just be on blogs, and then you're also going to come across information that's not going to lead to appropriate research. And she did a really phenomenal job of picking apart what could she teach us about hippies that was going to be relevant and teach us about a time period and why people were hippies. And I thought you really were very responsible, Jacey, in not just taking this topic and turning it into all tie-dye and fun, but really teaching us. It was all very relevant. I liked that how when you ended the game, it made sense to end your hippie life, but to kind of move on. It just all had a very nice flow to it. And I think what I really liked is how you explained the why behind the hippies, of explaining why they did what they did. So that's probably one of the biggest questions that I think most of us have. Great job. Again, another first year class presentation. All right, guys.